Why don't eggs tell each other jokes? Because they might crack up. Now that we've tickled your funny bone, let's introduce our sensational food challenge that's packed with flavour and a heaping spoonful of humour. We've got a motley crew of characters, each with their own quirky personalities. There's Spicy Sally, who's never met a chili pepper she didn't like, and Bumbling Bob, whose culinary creations are, well, uniquely his. Prepare for a delicious disaster. It's time to heat things up. It's not the heat in the kitchen, it's the hilarity that'll get you. As the culinary clock starts ticking, each contender is presented with a mystery ingredient, the surprise element that will spice up this gastronomic gauntlet. The reactions are as varied as the ingredients themselves, from disbelief to bewilderment, panic to pure hilarity. First up, we have Chef Lulu, who's been handed a durian, the notorious king of fruits. Her eyes widen as she takes in the spiky, pungent package, and she quips, "Well, I guess it's time to rise to the occasion." We're not sure if she's referring to the durian's infamous smell or her culinary prowess, but either way, it's a whiff of comedy gold. Next, we see Chef Benny drawing a live lobster from the mystery box, its claws flailing. He chuckles nervously. "I was hoping for a pinch of salt, not a pinch from a crustacean." The kitchen erupts into laughter. It's clear that Benny's got his work cut out for him, but he's taking it on the chin, or should we say, on the claw. Meanwhile, Chef Mimi is presented with a jar of Vegemite, that yeasty Australian delight. She raises an eyebrow, her face a picture of comic confusion. "I always wanted to take a trip down under," she jests, "but I didn't mean culinary-wise." And finally, Chef Remy, our youngest contender, pulls out a giant wheel of blue cheese. His nose wrinkles at the potent aroma, but he grins from ear to ear. "Looks like it's time to turn this blue day into a gourmet one," he declares, his infectious enthusiasm filling the room. So there you have it, each competitor with their unexpected ingredient, their secret weapon, or, perhaps, their culinary kryptonite. The stakes are high, the laughter is loud, and the kitchen is heating up. It's a whirlwind of flavours, fun, and friendly rivalry. The ingredients have been unveiled. May the best chef win, or at least not burn down the kitchen. Remember, a watched pot never boils, but an ignored one. Well, that's another story. Picture this. You're in a kitchen buzzing with activity. Chefs, both seasoned and novice, are bustling with an infectious energy. There's a palpable tension and excitement in the air, like electricity before a storm. But this, my friends, is not your ordinary kitchen scene. This is the arena of culinary comedy, where every moment is a delicious blend of gastronomic genius and hilarious hiccups. First up, we have our fearless contestants misinterpreting recipes like they're cryptic crossword clues. There's one who, in a bold move, decides that a dash of salt must surely mean half the shaker. Meanwhile, another interprets finely chopped onions to mean onion puree. Ah, the joys of linguistic ambiguity. Next, we have the accidental ingredient swaps, the sizzling sound of what should have been garlic hitting the hot pan, only to discover it's actually ginger. The bewildered look on the chef's face, priceless. Or the moment when someone mistakes powdered sugar for flour, resulting in a rather sweet surprise. The kitchen is filled with laughter and the smell of unexpected culinary experiments. And let's not forget the humorous interactions between the participants, the friendly banter, the playful jabs, and the shared moments of utter culinary confusion. There's the classic moment when two contestants realise they've been working from each other's recipes, their faces a picture of surprise and amusement. And the shared laughter when a chef's attempt at flipping a pancake results in it landing on the kitchen floor. Through all the chaos and comedy, our brave contestants soldier on. They whisk and stir, chop and saute, creating dishes that, while they may not win any Michelin stars, certainly win our hearts. The atmosphere is one of camaraderie and mirth, a testament to the joy of cooking, even when things don't go quite as planned. And as our dishes take form, or at least something resembling form, we move on to the final stretch. Brace your taste buds, it's judgment time. The moment we've all been waiting for is here. Let's dive in, shall we? First up, we have a dish that looks like it's straight out of a cartoon, with colours more vibrant than a double rainbow. The taster takes a brave plunge into the psychedelic Mailish, only to recoil as if bitten by a radioactive spider. The expression says it all, folks. This dish has a flavour that can only be described as a three-ring circus in the mouth. Moving on, we find ourselves in front of what appears to be a modern art masterpiece, or perhaps an abstract representation of a meal. The taster, with a quizzical look, bravely ventures a bite. The reaction is immediate and priceless, a blend of surprise, confusion, and a hint of existential crisis. The taste, it seems, is as abstract as its presentation, leaving our taster in a state of perplexed delight. Next, we have a dish that seems to be a culinary paradox. It's like a platypus in the food world. It doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. The taster takes a bite, and the reaction is a spectacle in itself. The eyebrows shoot up, the eyes widen, and the mouth opens in a silent O. The dish, it seems, has a personality split right down the middle, with flavours that are as harmonious as cats and dogs in a bathtub. Finally, we have a dish that looks like it was prepared in the dark, or perhaps by a cook wearing mittens. The taster, with a look of trepidation, takes a bite. The reaction is a symphony of facial expressions, each more expressive than the last. The dish, it appears, has a taste that's an adventure, a roller coaster of flavours with more twists and turns than a soap opera. After surviving the tasting, it's time to crown our culinary king or queen. Now for the moment that's been simmering on the back burner. We've reached the pinnacle of our gastronomic journey, the cherry on top of our proverbial cake, the piece de resistance of our culinary capers. Who will be crowned the kitchen clown, the master of the mealtime mishaps, the sultan of the stovetop slip-ups? Let's not forget, we're not here to celebrate the perfect soufflé or the crispiest roast potatoes. Oh no, we're here to honour the scrambled eggs that turned into a pan of rubbery disappointment, the chocolate cake that collapsed into a gooey mess, and of course the spaghetti that ended up everywhere but the plate. Our contestants have diced, sliced, whisked and baked their way through the challenge, leaving a trail of culinary chaos in their wake. And now it's time to crown the one who made us laugh the hardest, the one who turned the kitchen into a battlefield of flying flour and exploding eggs. So without further ado, let's announce the winner. The one who has proven that even in the kitchen, comedy is king. The one who took the term flambé to a whole new level, who proved that you can indeed cry over spilt milk, especially when it's all over your freshly baked bread. The one who showed us that, even when the going gets tough, the tough get stuck in a bowl of sticky dough. And the kitchen clown is, drumroll please, our chef with the oversized token, the spatula scepter. Yes, you heard it right. Our winner doesn't just get the title, they get the trophy too. A chef's hat that's too big for any human head and a spatula that would make any professional chef shake their head in disbelief. So let's raise our glasses, or rather our ladles, to our kitchen clown, who proved that cooking isn't always about the perfect dish, but about the joy, the laughter, and the memory-making messes that happen along the way. And there you have it, folks. A recipe for disaster turned into a feast of fun. Remember, the secret ingredient is always laughter.